Hey everyone. Okay, so today is Q&A number 6 for the month of June. Yeah, these are going pretty well. So thank you everyone who has submitted questions both in the past and presently for this one. To all the newcomers to the channel, new subscribers, welcome. Thank you for subscribing. A little bit about the channel real quick. I don't really pigeonhole myself with the type of content I do. So I do a mix of various things, whether it is tactical TTPs, training related stuff, firearm related stuff, tactical equipment related stuff, music, metal, mostly metal, music related things, short films, comedy, whole hodgepodge. So look forward to more variety when it comes to that kind of stuff. Again, welcome. Thank you for checking my channel out. Second thing, as a reminder for Q&As at the beginning of every month, the first business day beginning of the month, a post will go up in the community section of my channel. So on the community page of my channel, a post will go up with a meme, and that'll be the Q&A thread. It'll say Q&A, you know, with a little bit of information. And then you just write a comment with a question or a number of questions, and I will answer them for that for that month. Also, on your YouTube landing page, sometimes those comment messages will show up on your landing page in the comment section for different channels that post stuff that you don't really get a notification of, but you'll see it kind of in that bracket on your landing page. YouTube gets weird with that sometimes, and they like to mess around with that stuff and the layout and everything. So sometimes that stuff doesn't show up. So if you're somewhat proactive with checking channels for material, comment posts, things like that, make sure you're checking at the beginning of the month on my channel for the Q&A stuff. Specifically, I post other stuff too, but for Q&A related stuff for these videos, that's kind of how that goes. So again, beginning of every month, community post will go up on my channel in the community section with a question and a meme, with the Q&A thing and a meme, and you just write comments there for questions. So that being said, we'll get started here. Not a whole lot of questions this time around, but that's okay. It's been very busy for a lot of people, to include myself. So yeah, but we'll knock these questions out here. So and if there's any more, there'll probably be an edit with an addendum of video editing for any other additional questions that I don't answer in recording this section and in a later one. But otherwise, I may answer these questions here. So let's get started. First question from Grunt Proof. Randall, brother, love you, man. Metal brother. Thanks for the question. I appreciate it, man. Your question: when you coming out for a Grunt Proof gathering? That's a good question. I know we talk in email and stuff, and I would like to come out at some point. I will be driving out. I'm not going to fly out, so I will drive my personal vehicle out there. So that's logistically, that's one thing. Work schedule, all things considered, you know, and all that time frame stuff. Getting that figured out, and whenever you plan on having more people out there, you just let me know, and I'd be more than happy to plan a trip out there as long as I am able to, as is feasible with my schedule and finances and everything. So I definitely want to travel around and meet up and collab and hang out with a bunch of the good people in this community. That would be awesome. So I'm down for that, and I'll bring you some PBR. But I would love to come out there. The area that you're in the occupied territory is beautiful, and yeah, I've never been out in that area specifically, so definitely want to see it. So soon, hopefully. Let's hope, right? Thanks for the question. Second question, one round left, brother. Another fellow grunt, former grunt. Thanks for your question, as always, brother. You're on point about getting a question out every round of these. I appreciate you. Your question: do you think the bayonet still has a place in combat? Absolutely. think about warfare just in general, historical and conventional context. I mean, a bayonet on a rifle is a short spear, and we were fighting with spears for thousands of years before the advent of firearms. But even with conventional times and the nature of some warfare, whether it is thick in the jungle, bush war, that kind of stuff, where you're close, you're getting close to the enemy. Trench warfare, even some of the instances where hand-to-hand combat happened in both Iraq and Afghanistan during the GWOT. I definitely think there's still a place for a bayonet in combat, as much as fighting knives and field knives and fighting knives and things like that, and I've made a video on that too. So I still personally think there's a place for a bayonet in combat. It's just apart from the combat application, a bayonet's just a useful field tool. But yeah, combat-wise, definitely there's still a place for a bayonet in combat. I think so. Especially for riflemen in the military, because I mean, and I was like this too, and Randall knows what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. One round left. You know, when you're below a certain rank in the infantry, you don't have a sidearm. You just have your rifle and possibly whatever other weapons that you have, be it a 40 mic grenade launcher like I did, and your bayonet. You know, and then what other hand field knives, multi-tools, whatever you have on you. So it's that last resort thing, fixed bayonets, and that happened in Iraq. Brent 0331's talked about that too. So yeah, there is still a place for it. And you see what's happening with other current conventional conflicts and proxy wars that are going on. Bayonet has an application there in the trenches, that's for sure. So yeah, I think it still has a place, absolutely. What do you think? Great question, man. Thank you. Appreciate you. Next one, Twin Arrows Survival 2.0. Thank you, brother. Hope you're doing all right. Congratulations on the thing. I'll let you talk about that with your videos, but good stuff. Your question, what's the top 5 things you think is important to being a Minuteman? It's a good question. Top 5 things. One is the ability for self-sustainability for your team, your family, whatever it is. So sustainability and logistical support for yourself. Having enough supplies, sourcing, things like that. 2, adaptability. Being able to adapt to the situation at hand or the variety of situations that compound together at hand. Being adaptive, being flexible, and creative is going to be very important. I think that's a very underutilized skill as far as mentally and just in general diversity of skill set. I think that's important for people. 3 is having specialized skills. Can you weld? Or can you do basic carpentry? Can you work on vehicles? You know, things like that. Certain specialized skills like that, very, very useful for Minutemen. To create a well-rounded team, or just, again, sustainability and sufficiency for yourself and your family. I think that's a big one too. 4th, proficient in your warrior skills. So knowing your basic warrior skills, land navigation, how to patrol, all that stuff. Rifle fundamentals, marksmanship fundamentals, you know, that stuff. Extremely important to be a useful and proficient Minuteman and prepared citizen overall. That's a big one. And the 5th thing, kind of in tandem with adaptability and things like that, but just mindset. Having a realistic mindset about things. Knowing when to fight, when not to fight. Having that will and that drive to persevere and survive. And be aggressive when you need to. And be evasive and know how to, again, choose your battles. Art of War talks about that quite a bit too. It's a book everyone should read, apart from many other good books out there. So I think that's a big thing too. Is just the realistic and sensible ability to retain a well-rounded mindset that you can that you utilize to make the right decisions for yourself and your team and your family and stuff. So kind of in tandem with the adaptability thing, but it's still different at the same time, because being in the mindset for combat or getting into a TIC or troops in contact, getting into a fight, that's different, but conjunct or parallel to adaptability. Because you're going to face a lot of adversity and a lot of hardship in a lot of those extreme situations, to include natural disasters and things like that. So you need to have a good mindset about things and not get down in the dumps, and things like that. So you just have to stay smart, stay alert, keep thinking, stay creative, and things like that. So I think those are the most important skills, really, is those 5. Sustainability, sufficiency, proficiency with skills, adaptability, useful skills, secondary useful skills, mindset, overall, things like that. I think those are the important things. Definitely, because you're well-rounded then overall with those qualities and those skills and abilities. So I think that's sufficient for 5 things, I think, that are necessary to be a good Minuteman or prepared citizen. So, but so good question. Thank you, man. That is it for now. Again, if there is other videos or other questions that pop up in the last couple of days here that this post is up, there will be an edit in those questions here, and this will get cut out. But if that's it, then thank you everyone for the questions. I appreciate them, and we'll keep going with these. So round 7 for Q&A will be the month of July, so keep an eye out for that comment post, apart from other videos and stuff that is coming. I usually do at least 1 to 2 videos a week, as well as other community posts and things like that. So that'll end it for Q&A number 6. Again, thank you everyone for the good questions. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you all to all the new people who have come to the channel. Stick around. Diversity is the spice of life. You're gonna get a whole mix of different things. I have a couple of big album releases coming soon and things like that too. So look out for those. And anyone has any other questions or anything, I mean, leave a comment and things like that. And look out for the next Q&A. So thanks again, everyone. Metal up. Out.